All because of her, I don't do you like I should. Don't make me get you back to the hood. Don't make me get you back. I say bounce that shit like whoa. Yeah, bounce that shit like whoa. This is not a fairy tale. I already know how you like it. Take you to the mall and get you underwater. Girl, that's just some child's play. Bounce that shit like whoa, whoa. Burn on, so it's like that. I already know and I like it. Take you to the mall and get you underwater. Girl, that's just some child's play. Bounce that shit like
Welcome to AJ's Den. I am late today. I'm late recording because y'all know I'm still on my vacation in Fort Lauderdale. And yeah, I'm just having fun right now. But I do want to talk about this African American who was killed, I think it was yesterday, by a Caucasian. The Caucasian, I'm not at home, so I can't play the recording so you guys can listen to. But I tell everybody, if you want to go on my Facebook, you can go on my Facebook, because I definitely put everything on my Facebook and on my Instagram. So I just want to let you guys, you can go on there and you can see the recording of what happened. But the little Caucasian turned around and saying that he heard some hoodlums out there and he's supposed to protect his family or something like that. I saw a review on another thing that this other Caucasian talking about is his castle, is his home, and so, blah blah blah. But guess what? And I told this other Caucasian, that wasn't his castle, because he shot the man by the mailbox. And if you shoot someone on public, that's public property. That wasn't his property. It's no way that guy was threatening his household. But then, you know, most Caucasians get this attitude that they think that they can shoot because they see cops are shooting down African American people. Keep doing what you keep doing, what you're doing. I tell them straight up. Keep doing what you're continue to do the things. You're going to ask for a award that you might not can't finish. And if you do finish, you're not going to have what you think you will have. Trust me. I mean, we have guns just like you. I keep mine on me. I have my license. I tell anybody that. I keep mine on me. I'm not going to have you to think you just going to shoot me and it's okay. So this young man was out on public property on the street, was visiting his friend, and the Caucasian came out and shot him dead. Shot him dead. And he's going in the he's arrested now. We don't know if he's going to get life in prison. Most likely he is. He's not going to get the death penalty. I haven't heard a Caucasian yet ever receive a death penalty as gunning down African American male or female. I have never heard it, and nobody can tell me if you ever heard of it. I never heard of that. So most likely they might give him a life in prison or something like that. And whoever send the little comments down there on the bottom, I can care less what you say. I just continue to look up. I mean, everybody have an opinion. Assholes have an opinions. Some people, if I do look down and it's something decent or something like that, like I told you, don't come at me. If you're not familiar with my channel, don't come at me, because I will come at you so strong. Because you're not on my level at all. So, I just want to inform my people of color that now the Caucasians, I guess they're getting the attitude or the ideal that they can just gun down African American people and think they still going to get away with it. The only reason why the cops are getting away with it is because they're quote unquote, and people don't believe it, look it up, why officers was invented. Cops was invented because they are the overseers. That's basically what they are. Overseers of slavery. That's how cops came about. They just changed the name. They used to be the overseers. They go out, hunt the slaves, get the slave, capture the slave, dead or alive. Most likely they want them alive. They did not really kill too many slaves. It's because if they kill any slave, they will be indebted with the slave master. So just read your history, look it up, about that situation, how they became, as cops. It was called overseers at that particular time. I just want people to understand that this is just the beginning, how Caucasians are just shooting down. They don't want to lose their power. And I have said it several times over and over on my channel that the reason why they're doing the things what they're doing and saying someone is threatening them, because mainly, one, they can get away with it. Most can get away with it. Two, they do not want to release the power that they so-called have. And that's the main reason why they're having a problem with us and any person of color. If you try to say, I want part of this power that you supposedly have, that they're going to come at you real hard and they're going to try to fight so they can keep this power that they have. We see a lot of people who's supposed to be your friend, and you'll be amazed how many people that smile in your face who's Caucasians, that would definitely smile in your face, and they're voting for Trump. That's on them, to each his own. But they're also calling people niggers and everything else. So the same people who you was raised up with, who happen to be a pale face, the same people who you were friends with, who are friends with, happen to be a pale face. There's the same people who are actually behind closed door with their other pale face friends are calling you a nigger or such and such. Now, I always say it's not all Caucasians. It's just the majority, the white supremacists, that's that way. That will smile in your face and stab you in the back before you can even blink an eye. But then again, when the reason why I don't say all, but you think about this, you would have Caucasians march with you, because Martin Luther King had Caucasians march with him. All these people march and say, okay, we want peace. We don't want none of this going around and stuff like that. I'm going to tell you something. If it start to interfere with their livelihood, now just keeping this, I want you to keep this in mind. Not all Caucasian, I said, but all Caucasians, if you understand what I'm saying. If you start interfering with their livelihood, jobs opportunity, or just their white privileges, then it will be all Caucasian, because they will turn against your ass real quick. Simple as that. If you don't believe me, let time continue to flow on and let them continue to do the things what they're doing. You will see their racist behavior. Even though they'll sit up there and say, I have a black friend. I have a black friend. Why do you have to say, I have a black friend? Why do you have to call that out? Do you say you have a white friend? So don't ever think they are your friend. Because anything happen, even if you're pulled over and they know that put it away, if they have drugs on them, you think they'll take the heat? The first thing they'll say, no, it's not my drugs. And knowing that it's their drugs. So don't believe the hype that they'll take the heat for you. They know the first person they're going to look at is an African American person. If they're sitting here on the side of me and I'm sitting here and knowing that they have drugs and the police pull them over, the police are going to ask for my identification before they're asking for their identification. And they search this young man and he said, "That's not my drugs." Who you think they're going to look at? Because they put so much of propaganda out there and say that African Americans are always lazy. Now, that's what kills me. They say everybody is lazy. Everybody is lazy except them. So I ask this question. Why is it every race is so lazy, but you couldn't even build your own country? You had to go over to Africa. You had to go over to Ireland. You had to go and get the Native Americans to build your shit. So who is lazy and who is not? Who built this country? Slaves. Who was the slaves? African Americans. They couldn't keep the Irish in slavery, so they had to go and try to put their own people in slavery. And they couldn't keep them in slavery, so who built the country? Africans who happened to be in America. So at the end of the day, you love saying someone is lazy. Let's go on. People on drugs. They'll say that we're on drugs. Where do drugs come from? We don't own boats. We don't own planes. So how do these drugs get over here? Interesting. Who started drugs? It wasn't us. We didn't start drugs. We didn't distribute them out here. We didn't do that. We didn't bring them over in the United States because we don't own we don't own planes, trains, automobiles. We own automobiles. We don't own boats. So where'd that come from? Enlighten yourself. You think about, they will say, we steal all the time. Oh my God. Who is the biggest thieves? Andrew Jackson took the land from the Native Americans. Made them walk from Tennessee, that was not known as Tennessee, all the way to Oklahoma. Come on now. You got to read your history. You got to know your history. They're saying we are the thieves. They are. They're the biggest thieves. Every time they point their hands, how many fingers pointing back at them? How many? One finger pointing, all the other fours are pointing back at them. Everything that we have learned we learned in this country, we learned from them. Our attitude, and I love when they sit up there and preach that propaganda saying, y'all attitudes, you got bad attitude. And the first thing I'll turn around and say, we only got it from our ancestors, and our ancestors got it from your ancestors. Because we didn't have attitudes when we first came over here. So that's the kicker part of all. It's no way that we should allow these Caucasians to sit up here and put it in our head mindset that we are this and they are that. That's why I tell people all the time, you cannot do violence to volatile people. They are volatile. That's why we learn violence from. We learn violence, but they want to play like they're innocent. In the dictionary, they still say, white is innocent. It's pure. They want you to think. And you believe the hype. Protesters now that I don't too much really deal with Black Lives Matter, But they're protesting. And I'm okay with that. But protesters now can walk down the street. Who start violence? The cops. That's cops that start shooting. I recall the First Amendment have four increments in it. And it says, as long as you do a peaceful protest, that's exercising your First Amendments. But nobody is doing that when it come on the cop side, because people can walk down the street and they're like, we're gonna take you to jail. Why? They're doing a peaceful protest. They have that right. The First Amendment definitely protects them on that. But somehow something happened and they decide, oh, we don't want them to do anything. We don't want them on the streets, so we're gonna knock them off the streets. I suggest my people of color, you need to learn your amendments. And you need to learn, and we only have 27 amendments. Learn them. We only have 27 amendments. Read the Constitution. My book is at home. It's a little small pamphlet, like yay high. It's not that much. It's about the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. You need to learn that. What is your rights? Almost like the Constitution. If you don't know, come on. I try to teach people on here, like if a cop pull you over, you don't have to say a damn thing to them. But they do have to tell you what is the reason why they pulled you over. They can't just pull you over and say, let me have your license registration. I say that all the time because some of us do not know that. They cannot search your car without your consent. A lot of people don't know that either. They have to have your consent or a search warrant. They can't budge in your house without a search warrant. And they have to hand it to you before they enter your home. So this is something I want you guys to learn about your rights. I'm about to pull out here, and I just want to, cause I'm on vacation. I'm in Fort Lauderdale, my hometown, and I decide I'm going to go down to Fort Lauderdale Beach. I'm a pretty ways right now because I'm all the way on the other side of Fort Lauderdale, and I'm gonna broadcast that once I reach Fort Lauderdale Beach. And just walk around. I already been to Dangy. My family got together. I recorded that. Well, I don't think I recorded that. I couldn't record because it didn't have a good signal. But I do have pictures on my Facebook. You can easily go on my Facebook. Anton Johnson, 1459. ANTOIN Johnson, 1459 at AT&T.net. You can look it up, send me a request, and you can go in there. And I put a lot more information on my Facebook and on my Instagram. I try to put a lot on my Instagram, but I do put a lot on my Facebook and Twitter. I'm just letting you guys know I'm always going to be an activist. I am a militant. I don't care. I always have my line of Judith on me. I just don't have time for the bull crap that is going around. And yeah, it's time for me to skedaddle, see if I can. I'm backing up and try to get out of here and just go by the beach and go by my family and see how everybody is doing. I've been visiting for almost a whole week. My vacation will be up soon, and I will be driving back, getting back home and getting organized and started the day off. Started my return day. Not going to mention, but go ahead and start back working, driving, being an activist, and I'm starting back school again. School is getting in on the 20th. and that's Saturday. So we're gonna see if they're gonna start on 20th. Most likely they're gonna start on the 22nd. That I have 6 classes. I don't see how I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna try because I have my internship, and then I have my other law classes. So I'm gonna be busy. I don't know how I'm gonna do this because I blog also. You can look up my blogs on The Rebirth and a New Trend. Just type it in on Google and you can see that on Google. You can see what I talk about on my blogging. The Rebirth and a New Trend is also on here. It's The Rebirth and a New Trend. You can you can't find me on Facebook because I already gave you my email out, so you can go on my email and look me up. But yeah, I'm on my vacation right now, and I'm in Fort Lauderdale, my hometown. I am like rolling out away from my sister apartment, and I just want to go around. Most likely, I'm just gonna broadcast. Try to put this over here and see where I'm located. Y'all can see how I'm like trying to bike up and trying to get out of here. And I have had a lot of fun because I have visited a lot of people. I visit a lot of people. My nephew, he looking at me crazy. I went to Georgia first because I have a lot of people in Georgia. If people know me, that I am into my family. That's how the Africans, my ancestors were. They were definitely into the family. And I'm definitely into my family, and people need to get into theirs. You can hear. This is where I'm at now. So this is like while I'm driving, going around, looking around. This is Porter, Fort Lauderdale. I'm not going to give it out. Most likely you might. Who's familiar with Florida, you know where I'm at, or who's not. You don't know where I'm at. I'm not just going to put my sister whereabouts out. But, yeah, this is, I'm driving right now. So I'm headed to Fort Lauderdale Beach, and who's familiar with Fort Lauderdale Beach, hey, come and meet me on the beach, because I'm gonna walk there for a minute, because I have not been home in a year, I think, because like I said, I try to get here every year, so I have not been home in a while. They used to see me like every 6 months or something like that, but I have not been home and visit. It's just been a year since I've been home. So now I'm trying to get out here. I want to see how different Fort Lauderdale Beach is. Dania Beach, I was there this Saturday, and it was totally different than how I was raised, because my mom and my dad used to pick us up all the time, wake us up early in the morning, and we already knew what time it was. Like every Saturday and Sunday, they would wake us up and take us to Dania Beach, and we would stay there till dawn. When dawn hit, head back home. Sunday morning hit, we head back out there. We always barbecue. That's why I said, that's why I'm used to family. I think that's the main reason why I don't have a girlfriend, because most younger people of my age do not want to come together or anything like that. They don't know how to socialize, or they're not close to their family. And I was raised up in a 2-parent household who was happening to be married. So I was like one of those young people that was raised up in a 2-parent household and seeing how they interact with each other. So I guess that's the main reason. And it's crazy because every last one of my siblings have been married, except me. And I want to, but it's it's like I'm not gonna waste my time if someone really not trying to be productive in life or do not want anything in life. So yeah, I'm talking about the female side. Everybody know I'm a lesbian. I'm not looking for no man. But yep, I'm down at the stoplight. So I will come here later and show you guys Fort Lauderdale Beach. Right now I'm pretty far. I'm like about 30 minutes away from Fort Lauderdale. If I don't stop and try to see all my other family members that I have here, but this will be continued. Right now I'm not going to continue to record while I'm driving, but I will record once I get to Fort Lauderdale Beach. So you can hold off on it. Peace.